1 in 4 women and 1 in 9 men will experience severe intimate partner violence during their lifetime.
I am a teacher. I am a survivor.
I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm a survivor.
I'm an engineer. I am a survivor.
I am a lawyer.
I'm a gay man.
I'm a CEO.
I am a survivor.
This means someone you know, someone you care about, is living this life right now. Many view domestic violence as a private or family problem, but it's a community problem. Domestic violence knows no gender, racial, socioeconomic, or educational boundaries. Domestic violence is a community issue.
You know, if I stay any longer, he's going to shoot me next. It went from kind of talking bad to each other and calling each other out of names, and it just got to the point where we were so confrontational in each other's face. We have the kids there, and every time we would argue, they would just cuddle together. I mean, these kids never got along, but the moment we start arguing, they just kind of huddle together, and I just got tired of seeing that because I knew what it was. You know, I knew why. We woke up one morning and I was looking for a coffee pot top or something, and I couldn't find it, and one thing led to another. We started arguing and fighting, and he went outside to take my son to school, and my oldest son had walked to the bus stop. And so both the kids were outside, and I was inside in the bathroom, kind of where I go, my place of I'm done. I heard a noise like a boom, boom. And I didn't know what it was. I thought someone knocked at the door. Well, then I did hear someone just kind of repeatedly bamming at the door. And it was my neighbor across the street. And she was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm fine. You know, I'm okay." She's like, "Well, I thought he shot you." I'm like, "Shot me?" He had shot his gun in the air in anger, you know. And I'm thinking, like, how much can this escalate? You know, we've gotten to the point where we're in each other's face, where I've backed down as much as I can, because at that point I thought, what's next? What's next for me? And I had to pack up and leave. I had to.
Missouri and Kansas rank in the top 10 most deadliest states in the nation for women to be killed by their abusers. One of the things that makes Newhouse unique is that we are the only domestic violence shelter with an on-site school for children up to 6th grade, helping them to maintain a slight semblance of normal. When children enter the shelter with a parent, they are often scared, confused, and uncertain amidst their exhale, knowing that they are now in a safe place. Knowing what their young eyes, hearts, and minds have experienced is one of the most challenging elements of our work. We can't eliminate the trauma they've experienced in their lives, but we can sure help them heal.
We do very important work. The people that we serve here are real people going through real things in life, and they need the support and also compassion and empathy too, and also be seen as a person and not a victim, just a person who is going through a tough time, but also a person who is striving to heal.
That's always a good feeling when clients arrive and you can see that this is a safe place for them, that they feel like they can be themselves, that they can talk, that they can speak, and have their own thoughts. And that's really great when you see that their body posture, it just changes. They look lighter and they look relieved.
Last year alone, 17,000 hotline calls were answered at Newhouse. That's nearly 50 calls a day from individuals trying to flee their abusers, people with courage. Imagine a day if we weren't here for them. Where would they turn? Where would they go? Around 50% of the calls that come into our call center are considered lethal situations. That means the victim on the other end of the line is at high risk of losing their life. None of us should be okay with that. The need for our life-saving services at Newhouse is overwhelming, right here in our own community.
We respond to crime scenes that are a location, whether that's a business or a residence. But in our line of work, we also consider a crime scene anywhere that evidence could be found. A crime scene call that we may get would also be to document or process the victim of domestic violence. Unfortunately, that is probably one of the most frequent calls that we receive. And there are times when you feel like, man, I really hope that I don't see that victim again, or I really hope that I don't have to go to a crime scene where that victim has died. Very frequently we see female victims of homicide who are killed by someone that they are in a domestic relationship with. We are really grateful to have resources like Newhouse where we can direct a victim to say, if you need help, if you need an ear, if you need counseling, you know, if you don't know what's going to happen next, this is where you can turn.
All I remember doing is waking up in the hospital again, and the doctor came over and said, "You survived."
My dad, I don't really remember who he was. Mother met a man, and so that's where the first abuse came from. We would listen to him hitting her. He would come into our rooms and hit us with bats and 2x4s, and so that's where, for me as a young girl growing up, that was a father figure. So that's where I think a lot of my abuse stems from, is because I thought that was love. So every relationship I've ever been in has been some type of abuse. I've had black eyes, I've had my teeth knocked out, I've been in and out of the hospital several times. My last abuser, I ended up in the hospital. I had all 4 of my teeth were missing. My mouth was bloody, lips all cut up. I had two huge black eyes. Got admitted into the hospital, and the nurses asked me what happened. I lied to them.
So the only way I knew how to get out was to take sleeping pills. And I did. I think I took the whole bottle. I don't know who called. All I remember doing is waking up in the hospital again. And the doctor came over and said, "You survived." And I remember thinking, thank God. Thank God. I had nowhere to go, and they knew that. They would not allow me to leave until I found somewhere out of state to go to where I was safe. And that's how I came to Newhouse.
We need your help to make certain that when survivors take the brave step to leave their abusers, we have the capacity to help.
I would have never been able to get where I am if I had to come here. Not just a shelter, here. I wouldn't have been able to make it. We're happy. We're finally have some peace. I see them smile more. I see myself smile more.
Can you imagine a day when the beds in our shelter are all vacant, when the playground is quiet and the classroom is empty? Together, we can not only imagine a day where women, children, and men are living a life free of domestic abuse. Together, we can bring that reality to life. Together, we will build stronger tomorrows.